Staring at herself in the mirror on the restroom door. Voices in her head that mirror what she's heard before.
Hey beautiful people, it's your girl Shakima. I'm just stopping in for a quick reading for us all. This is going to be a reading for those guys that didn't actually manage to get their readings done during our Friday live session. This is going to be a little bit of a quicker space. I'm actually trying to do this just before I go into a meeting, guys. So let's see how quickly we can kind of bang this out so I can obviously keep up with my assignments for you guys, whilst I also just make sure that I can juggle live appropriately. So I've got the questions noted down from the session on Friday. I've got screenshots of all of the sessions that you guys kind of put across where I did move them across. So we do have a system that the guides have advised, which should hopefully work in theory. It seems to be moving well so far. I think I just have to get better with my timekeeping. So guys, bear with me. We're going to optimize on this timeline, y'all. Okay. I do want to sort of put across, obviously, I'm going to put the timestamps in the description box below so you guys can get all the details of where your reading is going to be in the context of this little segment thing that I'm doing for you guys to make sure that I keep up my assignments. But yes, check the description down below for your timestamp, just so that you can go directly to your reading, because there's going to be a whole mashup of some stuff in here. There's about 8 questions from last week's live on Friday that didn't get answered, so this is the space for us to do that, y'all. Be sure to comment down below and let me know sort of how you guys are appreciating this content, if you guys want me to keep up with this segment, because it's not where you guys are going to be able to kind of, you know, converse with me back and forth and really be able to unpack it, but at least you get the basics of your question answered and we move. Definitely comment down below as well and let me know how you actually find the information, how you're able to utilize it, how it resonates with you, just so that I can obviously see how these segments are also sort of like aligning vibrationally speaking. Okay, all of that good stuff out the way. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up as well if you like my vibe and you know you're seeing this and you're outside of the tribe, you want to be a part of this. Okay, there's little stuff we got going on here. Be sure to subscribe, okay, and join our little tribe of L.I.F.E Warriors who are out here just trying to do our best, y'all. We're just trying to do our best. That part being said, so we've got Richa, Daniella, and Amanda in the first phase. So we're going to go ahead and get your questions answered and out of the way. Be sure to hit the notification bell as well, guys. That way you can be kept in the know of when I do upload these videos. Obviously, I'm going to put some details out in the community tab so that you guys know that we are out here in these YouTube streets and your questions have been answered. And, you know, again, we move. Right, so let's dive straight into it. So Richa's question is, what kind of profession my future spouse will be in and his professional life? What do I need to know? Okay, so a few things is coming up. His profession is going to be very demanding, Richa. So obviously this is your space. His profession is going to be quite demanding, to say the least. Right, so we're going to dive into the cards, Richa, and really unpack this for you to get the whole context of things to really understand. It's definitely going to be one of those situations where you're going to have to be very methodical about your approach, and it's giving me that Knight of Pentacles energy in terms of it's a very stable situation, but it's very routine, and you have to be very efficient in the way that you manage your timekeeping as well in terms of juggling life. I do think that both of you guys being very busy in your profession, I actually think that he's an educator of some sort himself as well. He actually teaches, it's some sort of financial literacy. So he's actually in some sort of finance firm from what I can see in terms of the space with what he does. So that's really quite interesting, actually. Okay. So we're going to pull the cards and see what we've got here in terms of the context of things for you. Right, so, very demanding, very, very demanding. So we've got four major arcanas here as far as his job. So it's definitely going to be one of those big sort of roles that he plays within the dynamics of things. There is going to be times where it feels like, you know, the demands isn't necessarily fair in terms of timing. It is going to feel a lot like it's going to be very challenging to be able to feel like it's not so competitive. It's almost like you would sometimes, both of you guys actually, will feel like you're competing for space in each other's lives because your jobs are so demanding and what's needed is so constant. So those are some of the things that you guys need to be mindful of as you navigate through this space, I guess, because it seems as though there's a lot of delays that comes along with the work that you do, a lot of indecision aspects. There's other people beyond you guys that have to make certain decisions, and those contexts of things can kind of delay your ability to make your decisions in your own lives. I do believe he's in some sort of financial literacy as far as his professional role, but it's going to come with a lot of change and transformation in terms of the injustices when it comes to, you know, being able to have that financial stability, but it does come at a great price in terms of the time that you guys are going to sort of require away from each other. Let's see what the guide's advice is for you as you navigate through the process of this, Rika. What do you guys advise Rika as she navigates through this with her future spouse? Okay, it's not about asking the angels, is what they're saying. The peaceful resolution in these types of dynamics is forgiveness. Okay, that's the best way that you're going to be able to navigate through the variance of this situation. Obviously, you want financial stability, you want success, you want to be able to feel secure. It's important to you, but you know, when we want these types of things, obviously there's sacrifices that has to be made, and that sacrifice is time, my love. Sometimes he might be a little bit impatient because of these urgencies and the pressures of the urgencies that he has in terms of his work dynamics and situations, but he feels just as disappointed as you will, not being able to fully be present as much as he would also like to be. So do just bear that in mind and allow room and space for both of you guys to be able to come together on the differences, because the odds are against you, not you guys against each other in spite of the odds. Do you see what I'm saying? So just remember that forgiveness is going to be key as you navigate. There's going to be birthdays, potentially even like missed. There will be disappointments in terms of you feeling lonely from time to time, but he also bears the brunt of your work and the demands of your relationship with your work as well. So you guys just have to find that right balance. Okay, I hope that that was useful for you, my love. We're going to move on to the next candidate on the list and see how much we can get done for you guys in this space, right? So next we have Daniella. Okay, Daniella is on the list next. Let's dive into it. So Daniella wants to know, Daniella says, hi, is Albert telling me the truth when he tells me I'm the only woman in his life? Thank you. Okay, firstly, let's see, is Albert being honest about his exclusive romantic connection with Daniella? That's how I'm going to choose to word your question, my love. Is Albert being honest about their exclusive relationship dynamic, him and Daniella? She wants to know, guys, if, you know, she can allow for her heart to be safe in the space with him and trust his words. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Interesting. Thank you so much, guys. Put this into context for me, loves. In what way? Okay. Put this into context for me. Oh. Okay. Okay. Interesting. So they are saying in terms of the situation, so the card that you got, it was just one card. They were very final in terms of their discussion on this one. It was a justice card when I asked about the situation. So it seems he is telling the truth. He's a little bit of a flirt sometimes. I guess he's a little bit of an introvert for the most part, but sometimes when he comes out of his shell, he can be quite charming and charismatic, and I guess people are drawn to that. So sometimes he can be charming. I wouldn't say flirtatious. He can be charming. And I guess that's probably why you're a little bit concerned, Daniela, but it seems that he only has eyes for you in terms of where he is on his journey. And I think that it's a little bit naive in terms of where he's going with this. I don't think he's fully thought it through in terms of really making sure that he's prepared. So obviously you're going to navigate through his process of alignment. And what I mean by that is him learning how to actually be able to really embody and execute the behaviors of being in an exclusive monogamous relationship. It's going to take him some time. I think you guys are going to navigate through a little bit of a rough patch, if you will, over the course of the next 5 months or so, where it feels like there's a lot of triggers in the space for you to kind of bring your walls down in terms of your trust issues as well. He's navigating through his ability to allow for you to feel safe in the space, in the environment that you guys share with each other. And I think he's going to obviously be going through his own tests. That will become you guys' testimony sort of after the 5 months from now situation. But I think it's one of those things where he has the intention. As of right now, he's only got eyes for you, but his behaviors are coming into alignment to fully give you that that resting state of just knowing without question or doubt. Okay. What is the advice for our girl Daniella as she navigates through this process with Albert then? What do you guys advise, guys? Okay. Okay. Compromise. There isn't a peaceful resolution to this situation. It's not necessarily about forgiving. It's that there are hard no's that you have to navigate through within the next few months. And again, it's like I said, his behavioral pattern is something that he's going to be optimizing over the next 5 months or so. I don't know if you guys actually I'm going to be honest, I don't know if you guys actually survive after the 5 months mark, to be completely honest with you, because I think that things get excessively, I guess I don't know how much you can tolerate basically throughout the process, because I think he has eyes for you, but he has some not so nice ways in terms of the way that he deals with situations. You'll find yourself navigating through points where your walls go up and you're not willing to kind of wait on how things may play out. And there's points where you're not willing to kind of like receive information about what's really going on. You've made up your mind, the trust has been broken, and there's a network that you then lean on to support you through that decision, so you don't have to reconsider that. And as you go through the process, your romantic life will kind of like go through a process of healing over the course of life after Albert, I want to say. I don't know that he'll actually fall completely into alignment with his behaviors, or whether or not you'll have enough patience to be able to navigate through the time that it's going to take him to come into alignment with those things. I would have loved to have been able to like have this discussion with you openly, so maybe you can try and tune in on one of the lives to really unpack like how long have you been with Albert, what's the situation in terms of you guys' dynamic presently. I can tell that there's some trust issues there on your part, but I can also tell that he triggers that and he instigates that with certain types of behaviors that he does. I want to say he's charming, but it's yeah, sometimes it can come off and read to you as being too flirtatious, and that's what leaves you questioning. So I think the best thing for you guys that they're advising is that this is a situation of compromise. Allow things to play out over the course of the next 5 months or so that you can get the information and the clarity that you need as you navigate through the process with Albert, if you want to be able to obviously, ride the tides together. Okay, that part. I hope that was useful for you though, my love. Hopefully we can unpack that in a live at some point. You never know how the timelines also manifest. Let's go and dive into Amanda's reading and see if we can get that done for her as well. So Amanda wants to know, is Mark Smith my person, and will he and I get married this year? Whoa, Amanda. There's a lot in there, girl. We're gonna have to unpack that firstly. But yes, let's go and dive into it really quickly and see the first part of your question, because you had it in 2 parts there. Do you guys believe that Mark is Amanda's person? Mark Smith. Let's get that clarified firstly. Is he her person? Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Okay, that's nice. Okay. Okay, so a couple of things with the situation. What they're saying to me in terms of, is he your person? So with the situation, it's like you guys have this type of dynamic or situation where I don't know, you guys seem like you guys have been together for a while from what I can sense. And it feels as, I don't know if you're it feels like you're getting a little bit frustrated in terms of like where things are going and whether or not things are actually going to be able to kind of align in the way that you hope. You know, your test of faith, you're hoping that it's going to pay off to be your testimony, right? So you're at a little bit of impatience at the minute in terms of the dynamic, but the path that you guys are crossing is actually a path of manifestation. You're manifesting it at the minute, and as you navigate through the process, you're kind of releasing your fear, your unhappiness about previous experiences and your romantic experience of others. That's kind of playing out in this space as well, somewhat causing bits and pieces of confusion for both of you guys psycholaterally at different points of the experience with each other. So I think it's just one of those things where for both of you guys, you will be manifesting this together, but you're going to be learning about the process. I do think that there is the potential of an engagement. I don't know about the marriage per se. I don't know if you guys are currently engaged, but I do see that developing during this year. I don't necessarily see marriage this year on the cards, but the discussions of marriage and future planning and progressing along the timeline towards marriage is definitely up for discussion. So I do think that you guys are in the process of being able to do that. But this is a really big transition for you guys because this is a major arcana beneath the undertone of this. You guys are releasing your own shadows within the process, you know, your little primitive instincts about certain things, your own fears, like I said, in the situation. So put this into context for me, guys. What does that mean in essence? Okay, you guys are navigating through process and periods of separation is what they're saying, and it's a past life relationship. And so that's what I was thinking. You guys, I understand the frustration because it seems like you guys are on again, off again, on again, off again, and you keep looping in the same sort of cycles, which is why you're impatient with the situation. Honestly, my love, I'm going to say this to you. If you guys are looping and struggling at certain points of your learnings of each other, marriage doesn't necessarily make sense. You don't want to marry potential, you want to marry the person. And if he's not necessarily there just yet in terms of some of the attributes that you're looking for in a husband, giving him the title prematurely isn't going to make him all of a sudden become that. Which is why I think that the guys are taking you on a process of this as you manifest the type of relationship that both of you guys want. You guys take on a lot. There's a lot of responsibilities that both of you guys have, and there's a lot of work, and you guys have a lot of shared responsibilities in situations as well that you guys need to work through. So I think that they're saying that this situation's a past life situation. You guys have known each other previously as well, so there may be undertones of past life experiences as well playing out in the situation, because this isn't about letting go of control issues or healing family issues at that. This is about paying attention to the red flags in this type of dynamic that you guys are navigating through. It's not about the chemistry that you guys share or even children in the situation. It's about whether or not this person is the one, because you guys question the process of marriage because of you guys' playful nature. You know, you guys can both be quite youthful in your spirit and stuff, and sometimes when he tends to be his youthful nature, you kind of question, well, is this the person that I want to marry? And when he's sometimes in that playful nature and you're not necessarily on that vibration as well, he sometimes question, do I want this for myself? So I think that you guys are kind of like navigating through the process, letting your friends help you guys through this non-honeymoon phase that you guys are navigating through, where it doesn't necessarily feel like true love or a soulmate connection even, but you guys both know that you don't want new loves introduced into the process, but you're struggling to get to know each other at the same time. So you just kind of have to trust the process, that this isn't necessarily about loving yourself first. It's about taking off the mask and allowing for both of yourselves to be able to become, you know, vulnerable in the space to really allow for your fears to be overcome. Sometimes you guys aren't necessarily having heart-to-heart conversations. You guys are having clash of the egos. So it's a struggle for you guys to really align to what it is that you guys are trying to manifest, because then you're not necessarily attracting towards each other because you're not expressing romantic feelings. Okay, but it's time to keep an open mind about this unrequited love dynamic that you guys are navigating through because of the past life dynamics and situations. It means that there's not enough love or chemistry to make the relationship work. So you have to work hard at actually making the relationship work. And there's going to have to be a lot of forgiveness as you kind of learn the process in calling your soulmate in, not through just expressing your love and trying to come together and reconcile to engage. But you guys aren't necessarily giving the relationship a full chance per se. There's another dynamic to this situation that really needs to be played out. And the guides are saying that it's not about letting go of control issues. It's deeper than that for both of you guys. Okay, let's go ahead and see what is the guidance then for Amanda as she navigates through the process with Mr. Smith. Okay, this isn't about compromises. This is about reconsidering certain things and letting the people, the network of people help you through this inevitable yes, which is that this is somebody that you want to be with. I do think that this is your person in terms of who you are becoming. I don't necessarily think you guys will have the marriage per se this year that you're looking for, but I think you guys are going to work towards it throughout the rest of the year. Okay. I hope that was useful for you, my love, because clearly you guys still have some work to do, but I hope that was useful for all of you guys. This is the first phase. I'm going to get this uploaded for you guys, so you guys can get your questions answered, and I will be back with the additional videos for questions 4 to, I believe, 6, and then we'll take it from there, guys. Okay, I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, my loves, be sure to comment. Okay, let me know how you guys have found the information down in the comments below. I want to know what's going on with the alignment of the information, and be sure to subscribe if you like my vibe and you want to be a part of the tribe. Okay, hit the notification bell, that way you guys can be kept in the know of when I do upload these awesome videos for you guys. And now I'm going to jump into my meeting, so I'm going to love you guys and leave it there for you guys. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Be blessed. Namaste.
They said to hold her back, they never seem to leave her head and tend to keep her mind at war. All the things they said to hold